My TV. Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Per. I know it's been a while since I've done a live. Um, I don't know. I really was not planning of doing one today. I actually was working on some other stuff, right? For the other social medias and Patreon and stuff like that. And in the midst of taking a break, I was like, no, and it's like yes, and I'm like no, and like the nuance, I guess, of resisting, right? Not wanting to because I wanted to finish everything else that I had planned out for for today, but again and again, we always learn that there are times when we kind of have to go with the flow, right? And the flow is shifting me to alive. So this is a collective reading, and I named it "Set Yourself Free." Some of the things that were coming up as I was meditating, because I had to take some time, and I'm like, okay, so what is this going to be about? Um, there's definitely a need to release, obviously, in order to receive. Definitely a transition of accepting one's shadow side. Um, there is this need to stop waiting for someone to come and save you. You have to remember that you got this. You have to remember that you yourself define yourself, and you have to stop waiting again and again and again for someone to come and save you. That is basically the biggest message that was coming through. That a lot of people during this time are waiting, right? They're looking outside of themselves to see who's going to come in and save them. Whether it is, whether you're seeing it in the medical field, whether you're seeing it in politics, wherever it is, there is this need to always go outside of oneself to try and find someone else to have the answer, right? When all the answers lie within ourselves, when it comes to ourselves, right? So there's definitely this thing of a lot of people um, kind of gravitating, or at least looking or trying to see who it is that complements them, right? Who it is that they are aligned with. There is definitely going to be a huge release. And we're not just talking about romantic, like, connections or love connections. We're talking about connections all around, right? Where you're going to be forced, in a sense, if you don't do it by yourself, or if you don't, if you don't take the initiative to release certain people. And when I say that, it does not mean that you cut. Why is this table making so much noise today? Anyways, that does not mean that you stop all communications with people. It just means that not everything that is going on in your life you're sharing with them. It means that there's certain boundaries that you have to set, and the reason for that is because of what is coming next for your life, right? Where it is that you are headed. And that is kind of something that unfortunately, as humans, right, we tend to not want to go to the next step. We tend to not want to achieve something or finally make it unless we're bringing those with us, right? But you always have to kind of remind yourself that those that are coming with you, those that are going to be there celebrating with you, have been those that have been in your journey this entire time, right? Or those that you have met. I wanted to say earn. There's something that you have earned, I guess. There's something that is coming that you have earned, and you have to accept, right? And not push it aside because you feel that maybe somebody else is more deserving, or because you're afraid of what people are going to say. There's definitely this needing to set yourself, your mind free from all of these beliefs, let's put it this way, that you were taught as a child, right? That limited you to stop dreaming, to stop daydreaming, to stop going for the impossible. So as we know, children tend to have an incredible imagination, and they literally can accomplish so much, right? But that is because they well, it depends really on the parents, actually. But there's this thing where if you allow a child to dream, right, and you allow them to go after their dreams, they're most likely going to succeed. And it's going to stun you, but it's not going to stun them, because they're like, yeah, I knew this was in me all this time, right? So that is kind of like where the collective kind of has to go back to, is to that childlike energy of following your dreams and really going forward for what it is that you want yourself, what it is that you want for your life. I have this frame. Where did I put it? And it says, live live the life that you imagined, right? So what is it that you want for yourself? What is it that you see yourself doing, right? What is it that you feel that your calling is? Those are the type of things that you should really be thinking about. And then also kind of trying to figure out what practical steps can you take to achieve that, right? A lot of people don't like schedules, a lot of people don't like routines, and I get it, to each their own. But for me personally, having some type of plan, some type of routine, even if I don't follow it step by step, at least gives me an outline of what it is or where it is that I'm headed, what is it that I'm trying to achieve, right? And of course, there's always going to be detours, right? Like today, I was doing certain things and it was like, nope, right now we're going to go ahead and jump in and do a live. And it is about learning to manage your emotions and your feelings when those detours occur, right? And that is kind of like, the energies have definitely been very heavy for quite some time now. And I've been, trying to sense what it is that is going on. And then I end up getting messages, I end up getting calls and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of figure that's what's going on, right? There's a lot of people resisting at the moment that really do not want to let go. Again, and it's all mental, right? It is all the things that we believe either that we can't live without, excuse me, or the people that we believe we can live without, right? Whether it is you feel that you can't live without coffee, or you feel you can't live without, a cigarette, or whatever it is, alcohol, or, meat, whatever it is for you. And it's kind of, is holding on to that attachment to whatever it is that you're attached to. Is that worth forfeiting what it is that is ahead for you? Is that worth delaying your destiny? Is that worth staying stuck in the same situation that you currently are? Because unless you get to a point where you are so uncomfortable and in so much pain or whatever it is, most people do not take actions. Most people do not move. They stay stuck, right? Because they get comfortable. They get used to being stuck. They get used to being in pain. They get used to being hurt. So feeling happy, feeling joy, getting unstuck, moving, seeing progress is something of an unknown for them. And that scares them, right? Because they haven't been in that energy, or they haven't been in that space. And that is kind of like what we have to look at. The unknown is not just within the spirituality. It is anything that you haven't experienced yet, right? Is anything that you, either because of fear or because of the way that you were brought up or whatever it is, you have not allowed yourself to experience. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to break it down into 3 groups. Why is it being broken down into 3 groups? I don't know. There's 3 different messages here. So this is going to be for group number 1. This is not a pick a card, unfortunately. That's not the way I was led to do it. So let's go ahead and see where does group number 1 fall within the general message. And we are using a new deck for tarot. I just picked these up. The Witch's Tarot. This deck is so beautiful. This is the first time using it. And we are using the Moonology Oracle cards for the main message. So let's go ahead and see. What is the message for group 1? I just have to, like, it's a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer is your first card. Your second card is you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. And surrender to the divine. Full moon. Right? So we go ahead and we look at these three cards, right? And it is almost like a repetition, right? This internal fighting that is going on within yourself, right? Of what it is that you know that you have to release, or where it is that you know that you have to go towards. But yet again, you're still resisting, right? You're not fully surrendering. So the question to you, to me, well, to you is, excuse me, from me is, why are you having such a hard time surrendering? Is it because, again, you're afraid of what is to come? Are you afraid that you are, something as simple as being afraid of being happy in a new relationship, being happy in a new connection, being happy with somebody else, being happy moving from to a different town, being happy, like any little thing like that. Sometimes we don't realize can actually hold us back because we're fearing, because again, we're comfortable or we're used to something. So there's definitely a release that is happening during this time for you guys. And the thing is, if you want this resolution to occur in your life, you have to go ahead and surrender completely. You have to surrender, because the more control you try and have, the harder it is going to be for you to surrender. Because then it's like you are, even if the messages are coming through, right? And a very simple example, easy example with this would be watching tarot readers, right? And you hear a message and you're like, no, that's not for me, because it's not what you want, right? So then you go ahead and by the end of the day, you've watched 100 different videos until you find someone that is telling you what you want to hear versus what it is that you need to hear, right? So sometimes we're so focused on what we want versus what it is that we need that we miss the message. We miss the opportunity to really grow through the experience. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this. A personal issue reaches resolution. All righty. So here we have the Three of Cups in the upright position, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, both in the reverse. So it's like the minute that you stop fighting it, or the minute that you stop denying, I feel that this is so much of a denial. Somebody is denying something, something that they feel that is going to bring them happiness, whether it is money, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's something. There's something that you are completely attached to, and you feel that without this thing or this person in your life, you can't be happy. And a lot of you are in denial about that and do not want to release it, right? Because you have either, I don't know, there's this energy of not wanting to lose, not wanting to lose the time you invested, not wanting to lose the money you invested. The That's a funny one. Now, wanting to lose the emotional and sexual energy, and I'm just saying it how it is. A lot of you feel that you have given yourself to someone or to something so deeply and so fully that you don't see yourself either with another person or in another situation. And until you don't go ahead and release this, you're not going to. And then that's the thing, is like that, what you thought was happiness, right? What you thought was going to bring you joy didn't bring anything other than destruction and pain and hurt. And there was something that somebody told me once, and it was like, love is not supposed to hurt, right? We learn through experiences, right? But love in itself is not supposed to hurt. So if someone is hurting you and they're claiming to love you and they're intentionally hurting you, then you really have to be honest with yourself. And you know, that can be a denial where we tend to make excuses for those that are hurting us. And the same way that you yourself have to take accountabilities for your actions, so do they. So let's go ahead and see. You are good enough. What is and I forgot to timestamp this already. So after the replay, I'll timestamp group 1. So let's go ahead and see, what is your second card, group 1? Alrighty, the Chariot in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So with this "you are good enough" card, we have the Chariot, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. And I feel that this has a lot to do with, oh, hey, Fat Cat, how are you? When we were talking about who's going to save you, right? There's somebody that is here that is waiting for someone to save them. And it's like, nobody's coming in to save you. Nobody's coming in to bring you up. Let's put it this way. Nobody's coming in to take you out of your hole, your grave, or whatever it is that you are in, right? This is something that you yourself need to do, right? You need to realize the amazing, and people think that I'm cheesy when I say it, but it's true. You are amazing. And that's the thing. It's like some people tend to lose that definition of themselves because they based it on what others are saying. Living my best life, single life. That's a good one. So there's definitely a need here for you to recognize that you are worth it. You are worth being in a relationship, right? In a commitment, in a situation, whatever you want to call it. You want to be in an open relationship, whatever it is that you want, but you should be with somebody that really treats you the way that you deserve to be treated. Somebody that is going to genuinely love you. So this is about not looking for someone to come in and help you, right? Not looking for someone to come in and complete you, but to complete individuals within themselves coming together into a union. That is what you should be looking for. So there's definitely here a stop waiting for someone to come and save you. Stop waiting for someone to come and tell you how amazing you are, or stop waiting for someone to have your back in order for you to go ahead and get something started. Some of you have a lot of dreams, and I'm not meaning like dreams like when you go to sleep, but a lot of things that you guys want to do, right? A lot of goals that you guys want to reach, a lot of things that you guys want to go ahead and get done. But because either there's nobody around you right now that believes in your dreams, you're holding back until you find the support. And the thing is, sweetie, if they themselves don't have dreams, if they themselves don't have goals, and all they do is sit back and just chill, they're never going to support what it is that you want to do. They're never going to support whatever it is that you're trying to do. So you have to get out there and get yourself started, and trust is going to come in once you go ahead and you take that leap. For some of you, you guys are waiting for love. You guys are waiting for relationships. You guys are waiting for connections, but you're not putting yourself out there. I'm not saying to go ahead and, date the first person that comes around, but you're not even socializing with people. And when anybody even makes an incline that they're interested, it's like you guys are running away. With the last card for group 1, we have the Surrender to the Divine. So let's go ahead and see. Surrender to the Divine. Alrighty. There's a lot of resistance with group 1. There's an acceptance here that needs to occur. There's accountabilities that you need to take for where it is that your life is at now. What you have to realize is that everyone is always going through something. Nobody is ever, I get up here and people are like, on Facebook, on Instagram, people are like, oh, well, why are you always seem so chirpy and so happy and this and this and that? And it's like, well, everything in your life must be perfect. Oh, no. And nothing in my life, nothing in my life is perfect. Trust me. Very far from it. But it's how I choose to see things, and it's how I choose to, the perspective that I have on life and on what it is that is occurring. I'm not letting it define me. I am defining myself. So with the Surrender to the Divine, they're all of course they are, all in the reverse. The 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and then the 5 of Wands. So this is the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and then the 5 of Wands. And I don't know why, but this is reminding me of something that I read once where somebody said that they were not toxic. And what we have to recognize is that we are toxic. Everybody is, whether you know it or not. And, yes, people go through transitions when we grow and we learn and things like that. But at one point in your life, right, you were toxic. At one point in your life, you were the one that did something wrong to someone, right? And there is this need, again, when it comes to your shadow side, there is this surrendering that needs to occur. You have to realize that just because you're going towards, or just because you're trying to achieve positivity, right? Just because you're trying to look at love and light, right? Light cannot exist, right, without the darkness. So there's always an opposite to everything, right? So there has to be an acceptance here that within yourself, there is light and there's shadow. And it's simple. And a lot of people don't like to hear it. And a lot of people say that when we talk about our shadow side, that's being negative and this and this and that. It is not. It is a part of who we are. It is a part of us. It is something that is within ourselves, right? What would our shadow side be? Our ego side. It is our side that, can tend to go into addictions, that can tend to go into, rant and argument, and always wanting to be right, always thinking that you know it, and all of that stuff. So what happens is when you're in this space, you do not allow yourself to learn. You do not allow yourself to receive. And therefore, you just get stuck. You get stuck and you're like, well, Spirit is not talking to me. I'm not getting anything. I'm not receiving anything. What is going on? What is going on? And then it just becomes this internal turmoil where you just stay stuck within that cycle, not realizing that all the aspects, right? All the aspects, the light, the love, the shadow, the anger, the hate, everything is within you. It is about finding that balance, right? And a lot of people have an issue, right, with going after what it is that they want, right? What it is that brings them pleasure, what it is that they desire, right? Because for a lot of us, excuse me, need a cup of tea. For a lot of us growing up, your desires were things that you were shunned away from, right? I remember, and this is completely off topic, but as a child, right? Growing up anyways, my private parts, right? Your vagina, your breast, were never expressed with those words. They had nicknames, right? And it used to kind of kind of blow my mind, right? Like even as a child, I used to be like that's not what it's called. Like I know that's not what it's called. And when I had kids, I said that I was going to teach them the anatomy of their body, because as I grew older, I realized that a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I knew, were raped, were sexually abused, and things like that. And a lot of the times they didn't speak, right? Because they had no knowing that it was wrong, right? For somebody to touch you there, for somebody to do this or do that. So there is definitely here some type of, again, there is this mental belief that needs to be released, right? When it comes to your shadow side, you need to accept who you are, who you truly are, right? And learn to balance that so that you're not going or not being pulled from one side to the next, right? And finding that balance so that you can continue on moving forward, so that you can continue on progressing. And I hope that makes sense, guys. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to, I just got it, group number 2. And I am gonna timestamp number 2. I didn't timestamp group number 1, guys, but again, if anybody knows, please just let me know on the chat. If not, I'll do it after the video is done uploading. Anybody has anything fun for Halloween tomorrow? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see. What do we have for group 2? A butter 99. One of the dogs is sleeping in the bed. 2404. Alrighty. I think we started about 6 minutes or so. All right, so let's go ahead and see group 2. Where are you, group 2? So we have your first card. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo, and a time for healing, balsamic moon. So when we look at this, right, we look at your dreams, right? They need a practical plan. So there's definitely going to be, I'm picking up that for the next couple of months, you guys are definitely going to be working very heavy on something, whether it is a new project, whether it's a new connection or something like that. But there's something that is going to require you to actually put in the work. But at the same time that this is happening, it is teaching you kind of like this discipline that maybe you guys never really had, and it's also helping you heal at the same time, because it's like a lot of you have a hard time, group number two, when it comes to keeping promises that you make to yourself or that you make to others, right? So it's kind of like this space where your words are just words, right? There's never any actions behind your words. So there's definitely this need to um, start following through. And I feel that a lot of this not following through when it comes to, the promises you make to yourself or the things that you commit to with others has a lot to do with either somebody being absent in your life, right? Whether it was a parent, whether it was a sibling that you felt that abandoned you, there is this sense here of somebody feeling like someone didn't keep their word, right? So because someone didn't keep their word towards you, it became a habit, right? It became a habit to either not keep your word or to go with the little white lies, right? And there's definitely something that is shifting, because that energy needs to be healed and that energy needs to be released. Your dreams need a practical plan. Let's go ahead and pull out 3 cards for that. So we have the 3 of Pentacles again, the Chariot, and the Queen of Wands. So again, there's definitely going to be a lot of, I feel that you guys are going to be very busy between now and the end of the year. You guys are going to definitely be putting in the work, putting in the energy, whether it is that you're learning something or whether it is that you're actually starting a new project. You're going to see this through. Let's put it this way. You're trying your best to stay committed to it, right? Because you're tired of starting something and then losing interest or not seeing it through, kind of leaving it halfway. So this is somebody that has definitely been in this space where you'll start like 10 different projects and all of them are like halfway done and none of them are ever completed. So you're trying to move yourself away from that energy. And you're unfortunately, some of you really do not like routines or outlines. So that is something that of course you guys are going to have to start looking into, right? Doing practical things. What can you do on a daily basis to help you achieve what it is that you want to achieve? For some of you, this definitely has to do with spirituality, like within your own spiritual journey, where it is that you feel that you're headed, what it is that you want to learn. With the time, a time to give rather than take. Yep. And of course, that will be the last card. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands, and then we have the 3 of Swords. So there's definitely this energy of needing to step back, right? To analyze or to realize what it is that you have been investing your time in, right? What has been what has actually brought you success, right? Whether friendships, relationships, romantic relationships, whether work relationships, whether a business idea or whatever it is, there is definitely this need to kind of reassess where it is that you have been putting in your energy and where it is that you have been, quote unquote, let's just say, wasting it, because there's nothing really being received or reciprocated from it. So this is definitely this cutting away or moving away from people or situations, right, that are no longer serving you. This is why can I say it? Like the word is like right there. We'll just blame it on the narcolepsy. But no, seriously, there is this energy of, it's like there's something or someone that you were told, right, with this Three of Swords, to walk away from in the past, or to go, like, move in a different direction, and you didn't. So it's like now you're seeing, or now you're choosing to go ahead and move in the direction that you were told a while back. I mean, I'm talking about maybe like 3 or 6 months ago, you were told to either move away from someone or cut a connection with someone, and you didn't. And now it's like, you're like, okay, I need to heal this. I need to release this person. I need to release this thing, or whatever it is for you personally. So you are finally going to go ahead and do it, and invest your time and your effort, your energy, your love in what it is that is truly going to bring you happiness, with a time for healing. And the thing is that this healing card, I don't want to scare you guys. This is not, I'm not picking up this heavy, like, being depressed or crying or anything like that. I just feel that as you are, again, kind of like setting your life on track, is what I'm feeling, right? Because this is somebody that kind of either has been all over the place for the past few months, really has had no direction where it is that their life was going, right? Maybe something ended that kind of left you kind of like in the loop, like, okay, now what am I supposed to do? So this is kind of like getting your life back on track. And as you're getting your life back on track, you're healing from a lot of things that maybe you weren't even aware that you had to heal. So by the end of all of this, like by the end of the year, I feel that by the end of the year, a lot of you are not even going to recognize yourself. And it's like somebody's going to point it out, like how much you've actually grown. So with this, it's time for healing. Give me 3 cards. We have the King of Wands. Oh, that's way too many cards. If I take all those cards, we're going to be here for like 3 hours. Okay. So we have the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and then the Tower. Again, there's definitely, there's a lot of things that you guys are releasing. There's a lot of things that you guys are healing. This Tower does look kind of scary, but the thing is, again, is these are things that are going to occur, or is going to happen between now and the end of the year. So you're not going to feel the pressure of it. Let's say as if you were to heal, like, 3 or 4 different things, like in a matter of a weekend, right? So this is something that is happening like throughout throughout the next couple of months. So it's like, it just feels like the time is right. That's what I'm picking up. It's like the time is right to release this. The time is right to heal this. The time is right to move away from this. And I do feel that you guys are definitely coming out of this a lot stronger, because it's like whatever you guys were holding on to, right? Whatever it is that you guys were holding on to, whether it was a pain, whether it was waiting for someone, waiting for something to take off, or whatever it was, you were already told to move in a different direction, right? And it's like the minute that you move and you start working towards the new, you start working or walking towards a new direction, things just shift. Things start to just go your way. And it feels like everything is on track, which is amazing. But, a lot of people, of course, healing, when they hear the word healing, or they hear, certain words, it's kind of like it triggers them. And it's like, no, I don't want to go through that. And it's like, you know what, you're constantly evolving, you're constantly growing. And that's the beautiful thing about life. So let's go ahead and jump into group number 3. I think I'm going to I'll double check that. So let's go ahead. What do we have for group number 3? And maybe I'll pull out some cards for love at the end. Alrighty. So group number 3, we have, you're very close to achieving your goal. What do you need to release? A win-win outcome is forecast. So Group number three, I feel that out of the three groups, you guys are definitely feeling exhausted. Let's put it this way. You guys have been working towards something. You guys have been very diligent, right? Very disciplined with whatever it is, right? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's work, whether it's a business, a hobby or something. But there's definitely this energy of just needing to kind of rest. I feel that that's where the what do you need to release energy comes in for you guys. I feel that you guys have been work, no, work. And it's like when there is this chance to kind of lay back and party, you guys tend to just be like, no, I need to work because you guys are so focused on this, right? On the goal that you guys are trying to achieve. But it's like, again, it's finding that balance, right? The same way that you're finding that balance, or you're trying to find that balance within yourself, you have to find that balance within everything that is around you, right? Whether it is, now I feel like I have something on my face, like a hair. Whether it is the the work and the play, right? And there is this need to kind of just release that that obsessive, right? This is kind of like a shadowy type for you guys when it comes to work, right? Are you avoiding something, right? And you're submerging yourself so much in work. Yes, you want to achieve something, right? I get that. But are you overdoing it because there's something underneath that needs to be released and you don't want to, right? Again, just partying in itself can be something that you have a difficult time with, either because your parents didn't party or they didn't let you party or whatever it was. There's this need. And when I say party, I'm not talking about like just going out and drinking and going crazy, but just literally taking some time to relax. There is this need that you have to realize that it is okay to take a break. It is okay to just allow yourself to receive. I do feel group three that you guys have definitely put in a lot of time, effort, energy, love. For some reason, compassion. I don't know if you guys are working where you work with other people or you're in a space where you're helping guide or give advice or something to others, where now it is your time to be rewarded and you have to allow yourself to receive that. A lot of you have a hard time with receiving, is what I'm picking up. So we have the Ace of Cups in the upright. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse, and then the Ten of Swords in the reverse, with you're very close to achieving your goals. Again, the burden, right? There is this thing of never really wanting to kind of look at your life, right? And that energy or that space of I wish I could have, should have, would have, right? So there is this need, especially between now and the end of the year, to find that balance, right? Between your work and your play. Because the thing is that there are some very cool things that you're missing, right? Whether it is spending time with with your family, whether it's your kids, your spouse, your siblings, whatever it is, that you're kind of missing out on the little things, on the little memories, because you're so focused on just work, right? You're so focused on achieving a certain goal. So just be very careful with that energy, especially now during the holidays, whether you celebrate the holidays or not. Family is always around, right? So there is this emphasis where you don't have to sacrifice your family, right? You don't have to sacrifice your family time. You don't have to sacrifice having a good time, living a good life, just to achieve a goal, right? Once you find that balance within yourself, things should definitely flow. And I feel that that is something that either you guys are starting to realize or recognize, or something that is going to become very easy to see and sense within the next couple of weeks, because it's like you're so close to it that I feel that a lot of you don't even realize that it's like within like one more step, you're at the, you cross the finish line. But it's like, again, this need to allow yourself to rest, to allow yourself to enjoy life as well. Okay, so what do you need to release, group three? What do you need to release? So we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, both in the upright. And I know I should have turned on the light a little brighter. There is this again, there's a balance here. There's a balance that is off, right? And I do feel that it has a lot to do with investing so much of yourself. You become very obsessive, very controlling when it comes to achieving something, right? It's like once you see it, it's like there's nothing stopping you, and there's nothing wrong with determination. There's nothing wrong with wanting to achieve something, but if it's robbing you of enjoying the simple things in life, then you need to kind of take a step back, right? Because it's like with this win-win outcome is forecasted as your last card. This is something that you have already. It's already yours. Let's put it this way. So you can rest. You can take a time, drink your cup of tea, and enjoy yourself, even if it's for an hour, even if it's for a night or whatever it is. There is this, again, because it's like whatever it is that you're trying to achieve is going to bring you in a lot of success, right? A lot of happiness. And what are you going to do with that success if you're not enjoying life? Are you just going to set it aside? Whether this is something that is going to bring you financial abundance, right? Let's say if you're working on a project, if you're working on a business, what are you going to do with that money? Because you don't know how to enjoy life. You don't know how to take yourself out, right? And this is not about any issues with like going out with other people or anything like that. It's this energy of you feeling like you have to constantly work, and it's like the more you receive, the more you want, and that's okay. But what are you doing with what you're receiving? Are you just holding it, or are you actually enjoying life? Are you enjoying the success? Are you enjoying the happiness and the joy that is coming in? Because I feel that for some of you, it's like it's going right over your head. And you have to release that mentality or that thought that something is going to go wrong. I feel that is a game that your mind keeps on playing with you that needs to be released. You have to remember that you are not where you were at a year ago, 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. You're not there financially. You're not there spiritually. You're not there emotionally. I think some of you need to hear that you have definitely you've gone through a lot, but I feel that you have to kind of like take a step back and just celebrate where it is that you are at. A win-win outcome is forecasted. So we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Knight of Swords, and then the Eight of Swords. So again, there is this freeing, this setting your mind free that needs to occur, right? In order to receive. A lot of you are still here mentally replaying something. Either replaying something from your childhood, replaying something somebody said to you. There's a replaying in your mind that needs to be released in order to allow this new energy, this win-win outcome to come in. Because it's like I said already here earlier, it's like it's already yours, but it's like it's like you're not seeing it because you keep replaying something, right? So let's put it this way: if this has to do with love, let's say, you met somebody new, right? A new girl, a new guy, whatever it is, and everything is going good and everything like that. But it's like you are either you're prejudging them based on what someone else did to you in the past, right? You're prejudging them based on what your ex did. So there is this shift within your perspective of whatever situation you're currently in that needs to occur in order to allow something to come in or in order to allow something to blossom. Because the thing is that you need to, again, with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, you need to realize that you're no longer there. You're no longer attracting or connecting with those energies. And Again, I don't care whether you had three exes or four exes that did you wrong. That does not mean that the person that you're with now is the same, because those exes you met when energetically you were in a different alignment, right? Energetically you were in a space of needing someone else to define you, needing someone to come and save you, and you're no longer there. So the person, and I don't know why this is turning into love, but I feel that for some of you this has to do with love, where you're questioning a new connection that either came in, or you're going to be questioning a new connection that is coming in, because this person is going to, they're going to be complete within themselves, that the way that they express love is something that you have never experienced before. It's something that you have given, let's put it this way, but it's not something that you've ever received. And when it comes to financial abundance, for those of you that it has to do with work, because a lot of you, this has to do with work. This has to do with a big, it's like there's a big, like a big income flow coming in. And again, maybe you're used to living paycheck by paycheck, that when your income starts to increase, your mentality is going back into like, well, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, right? So you start restricting yourself from doing things that you want to do, right? Maybe it is, taking a vacation or whatever it is, but you restrict yourself because then your mentality tends to go back to like the poverty mentality when you had to live paycheck by paycheck, but you're no longer there. And that's what you have to realize. So there's definitely a lot of mind games going on between now and the end of the year. So let's go ahead and just for fun, let's Buster. What you doing, buddy? Making all those noises. Let's go ahead and let's pull out some cards for love. This is just going to be general love. Let's go ahead. Love. What is love? Love, 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 love. What is going on? So it's going to be collectively for all three. Now love doesn't want to come out. Okay, nothing is yet set in stones. You made an appearance again. Surrender to the divine. Meditate and contemplate. All right, I'm just going to say it. No. If you're asking about, because I feel that there's somebody here that wants someone from the past to come back. And the thing is, okay, even though nothing is yet set in stone, it's like your focus needs to be right now on surrendering, right? Your focus is supposed to be on you, because with this meditate and contemplate card, is like some of you are spending way too much time thinking of someone else, right? What are they doing? Who are they with? Why are they not reaching out? Why haven't they come back? Why haven't they broken up? And it's like, this is consuming your day. This is consuming your life. You're finding yourself in spaces or in areas where you're like on an emotional roller coaster. And I know for a lot of you, again, this is going to be one of those videos that you're probably by this point going to click off, because it's not what you want to hear, but this is what you need to hear. Your focus, again, it needs to go back to self. Some of you are chasing someone, even though you're not physically, let's say, calling them or texting them, is like energetically, emotionally, mentally, you're chasing them, because it's like, this is all you think about. This is all you worry about. You're not doing anything else. Like you're not being productive. Let's put it this way, in any other areas of your life. Some of you are forgetting to literally simply, let's just put it this way, like clean your house, like wash yourself. Like this is getting to a point where somebody is very, this is kind of like that energy that I was picking up, where somebody really needs to release someone, and they need to realize their worth. They need to realize that they got it, and they need to realize that this person is not coming in to save you. This person is not coming in to save you. Surrendering to the divine is what is going to save you. Let's put it this way. Meditate, contemplate. Why is it that you're so attached to this person? So nothing is said. And stones. So with the first card, nothing is yet set in stone. We have the Tower in the reverse, the Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. I don't know why, but I feel that the other person, they're not investing in this. Let's put it this way. Maybe there was a time when the both of you were really investing in this, really wanted this or whatever it is. But there's definitely a disconnect here of either not wanting the same thing or not having the same feelings for the others or for one another. Or maybe this person is contemplating whether it is, it's like I kind of feel like they're making you a choice, right? It's like you are a choice between you and someone else. And it's like, why are you even bothering with that type of energy at this point? Like, why? I don't know. With the Ace of Swords, there's definitely this needing to just let that go. Like, just let it go. Just let it go. With the surrender to the divine, we have the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and then the Two of Swords. It's like whatever it is that you've gone through, right? Emotionally, whether with this person or prior relationships. I'm working on a project for my... Oh, is 1/3 done so far? Well, you better finish it before the end of the year. So yeah, send me the email. I'd love to see it. So with the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords, right? It's like whatever it is, whether this person did it to you multiple times or multiple exes did this to you, whatever it was, whether it was cheating, lying, not being supportive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, whatever it is, right? That is something that you have already... something that you're working on. Let's put it this way. Something that you're already aware that you need to heal. And I feel that not releasing that, not allowing yourself to release that, right? To allow death to come to that completely. You see how like there's a, he's just laying on the ground, right? He has all the swords on his back. And for some reason, I was looking at one of his arms and it looked like a body bag. So I was going to say something else. But what I was trying to say was not allowing this to end, right? It is stopping you from making the correct choices, right? From doing anything in your life. Because again, with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Swords, it's like there's so much that you want to do. There's so much that you want to invest your time in. There's so many things that you want to do, but not allowing yourself to accept that you allow this person to either treat you a certain way or whatever it was. It's like it has you stuck. So it has every other area of your life stuck. So it's like, just admit it to yourself. You fell for somebody that really didn't give two shits. It is what it is. It happens to all of us eventually, sooner or later. And you can't stay in that energy. That's like that's a very hard situation to be in. And unfortunately, it is definitely something that you're going to have to accept. You're going to have to accept the reality of that connection in order to be able to move away. With the meditate and contemplate, we have the Five of Cups in the reverse, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the Nine of Pentacles No, the Five of Pentacles in the upright and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. There's definitely here this, yeah, and I feel that some of you are avoiding this meditating and contemplating because you don't like the truth. Your energy was probably the one that I was picking up, where you're looking for your next fix when it comes to either, looking for multiple readings or whatever it is, to find someone that is telling you what you want to hear versus what it is that you need to hear. And what you need to hear at the moment is that you need to release this connection. You need to release this attachment you have to this person. Surrender, realizing that, yes, you put you yourself, because you chose to be with this person, right? Nobody forced you. You chose to be in a connection. You chose to stay with somebody that didn't treat you right? And you need to release that. You need to let go of that. You need to heal from that before you can even start thinking about another relationship, before you can even start thinking about another connection. And I feel that that's why a lot of you are running away from this meditate and contemplate, because a lot of you are having, a lot of people collectively right now are having a lot of sleepless nights for many different reasons. But I feel that for you guys in particular, this is more about, again, you guys are obsessing over what it is that this person is doing or who they're doing. And it has to end. It has to end. And I want to go ahead and okay. I'm going to pull out some cards for new love. For anyone else other than this love reading, because you guys are definitely not ready for new love. If you guys are still holding on emotionally to somebody from the past, you're not ready for someone new to come in. You need to go through that healing process yourself. So any new love coming in, any new connections, whether love, friendship, work related, coming in, specifically love, right, guys? Any new love connections coming in. That one we made it appear. So we have, again, your dreams need a practical plan. Take time to breathe out. Repetition, huh? Almost, right? The end of a tough cycle approaches. So for those of you that are looking either for a new connection, new love, maybe, something, can start up as a friendship and develops into something else. With this, your dream needs a practical plan. Again, what are you doing? Because I feel that, again, a lot of you have hidden in this space where you have become antisocial, where you're not socializing with people in general. So it's like, if you're stuck home 24/7 and you don't step out of the house, how are you ever going to meet anybody, right? So there's these practical steps that if you want to meet somebody, when you're guided to go towards something, when you're guided to do something, you need to go ahead and follow your intuition. A lot of you are just closed up. A lot of you think that you're ready for love, but you have become comfortable being single. And I laugh because a lot of people tell me that all the time. It's so funny. All right. 5 of Wands, Knight of Swords, and then the Chariot. Yeah, so a lot of you guys, right, you want new love, you want a new connection, right? You want to meet somebody, whether it is just to go to the movie. Well, I don't even know if the movies are open, but go to dinner, have a drink with, have a nice chat with, whatever it is, right? Like socialize, right? But it's like you guys are not even opening up to anyone or anything, right? You guys are like, but I kind of like being by myself, like all the time, right? Not all the time. It's like you guys want somebody, but you guys only want somebody when you want them around, right? So it's like more like I feel that a lot of you are in this space where you would kind of like a friend with benefits, but you won't admit that to yourself, because either the thought of a friend with benefits is just something that is like, so, oh my God, no, you can't do that, or something like that. But it's like, in all reality, that's kind of like, even though you're saying and you're praying and hoping for a connection, if you sit down and you think about what it is that you really want out of a connection, the definition would truly fall under friends with benefits, because a lot of you do like your independence. You really like where it is that your life is going. And it's like you're not ready to settle down, but you also do not want to be alone all the time. So you just want somebody that you can kind of like hit up whenever it is that, that you just want to hang out. It is what it is. Take time to breathe out. Two of Wands, the Hermit, and the Nine of Swords. So they're all in the reverse. So again, be very clear with what it is that you want. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you're going to manifest, right? There is this space or this energy of, again, saying that you want one thing, but in all reality, it's like what you really truly want is the opposite. So it's like it's not coming in because you're not, it's like you're almost afraid to ask for what you want, because it's almost like a desire, right? It is one of those things that kind of fall like under taboo, right? Either within your family or whatever it is, that then you use the correct words. Well, then I want a relationship, even though it's truly not what you want. So there's definitely a needing to step back at this moment, because it's like, I don't see anybody walking towards you at this time, because it's like you're not being honest with yourself with what it is that you truly want, or what it is that you can truly commit to at the moment. And that is something that you have to, again, you have to be honest with yourself. And we have the Three of Cups in the reverse with the Strength and the Upright, and then the Tower. And that's the thing. It's like, again, it's like there's a new perspective or a new look at how it is that you're looking at love, or you're looking at relationships, connections, or whatever it is. And there's this desire to not go back to the type of connections that you once had. And maybe there's a need here to release the thought that if you are in a new connection, in a new relationship, you're going to lose your identity, or you're going to lose yourself. And I feel that's why, even though you guys are asking for a new connection, you guys are asking for new love, but in all reality, it's like you will be more comfortable with a friends with benefits situation, because then it's like there is less of a risk to lose yourself or to lose your identity. So there's definitely some, take this weekend and be very honest with what it is that you truly want before you ask for it. Because it's like some of you are asking for a connection, and when, like, because I have a feeling that somebody's going to end up showing up that's going to be ready for that commitment, for that relationship, for that equal give and take type of energy, and you're going to run away from it because in all reality, it's not truly what you want, or it's not what you have time for at the moment. Or maybe you feel like you don't have time. So who's coming towards them? Again, before this person comes into your life and you become the toxic one, let's just be honest. Be very clear. Be very clear with what it is that you want. Because I asked who is coming towards you. We have the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and Justice. What you're asking for is coming towards you. So if you are asking for a commitment, if you're asking for a relationship, a committed relationship, somebody that is going to want to commit to you, then be very clear that that is exactly what you're going to receive. If you want friends with benefits, then ask for that, because there's somebody here that is confused. confused as to what it is that you truly want. You're asking for something because it's either what people are telling you to ask for or it's what the correct thing to ask for, right? Versus what it is that you truly want. So be very careful with what you're trying to manifest, because you're going to manifest it and some of you are going to run away from it. Yep, some of you are running away from it. Don't run away from this. So we have the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. Some of you are definitely going to be in a space where it's like it's going. I don't know if it's because it's catching you by surprise, but you have the Queen of Pentacles and then the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you like your throne. You like your independence. You like your life. You like doing whatever it is that you want to do in your house, whatever it is, right? But it's like you want somebody to share it with, but only when you want to. You feel that there may be too much to sacrifice or too much to compromise to be in that type of commitment. But it's like, so if that is the case, then don't ask for it. Don't ask for something unless you're 100% sure that that is what you truly want. Don't ask for it. I'm telling you, don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask for it. Are you asking for, are you asking for love or a new connection because of the previous reading, the love portion, where you want to get over somebody else or something like that? Like, that's what you have. You have to just be honest with yourself. What it is that you're asking for. And are you 100% sure that that is what you want? Because you're going to get it. But some of you are going to be running away from it. And that ain't no fun. If you would like me to go ahead and pull out an oracle card for you, go ahead and give me a number on the live chat and I'll pull it out for you. If not, we are going to go ahead and end this video. I will go ahead and add the timestamp in a few. And I need a nap, right? No, not even. So let's go ahead and see. So no takers? Alrighty. So that is all that I have for you guys for today. Have a good one, guys. Now I gotta take a breather, right? I gotta take a breather. No, seriously. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Do not deny yourself. I'm telling you, do not deny your shadow side. Do not deny yourself, because whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, whatever it is that you're trying to get, you're going to receive. Just be ready for it, guys. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care. Bye. Now we end it.